Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen here of Sports Choice Plus, and I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering should the Saints take a chance. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at Jackson Dart's Pro Day, he put on a show at Ole Miss's Pro Day workouts, and it's been slated that he's going to possibly be the 32nd pick after the projected trade with the Saints, with the Philadelphia Eagles, and a lot of mock drafts. They're saying that he's going to be the last player taken in the first round, and he does have a first-round grade. It's just not higher than Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. When you're looking at his body of work at Ole Miss, yes, he put up a lot of yards. Yes, he put up a lot of touchdowns. That's Lane Kiffin's offense. When you think of the plays and the designs and the weapons that he's had pretty good playmakers. From the standpoint, if he goes to the Saints, he would be there right behind Derek Carr. And you got to think about this. The Saints overall, they've had issues salary cap wise. They've had issues in the past, and they're really rebuilding. They're really changing. They've been trading. Last season, you saw them trade Latimer. You saw them get rid of a lot of guys that you know and love. So you got to think the depth chart's not really going to be filled like that. You still have Alvin Kamara there. You still have Chris Olave. They brought back Brandon Cooks for the offense. They need to work on that offensive line a little bit, but you're asking yourself, can he sit behind Derek Carr? He's going to be a better backup than Spencer Rattler. We know Spencer Rattler probably is not going to make the team. And, from the standpoint, the Saints have a lot of decisions to make financially, and they have a lot of money issues to get over because right now their cap is not the best cap situation. So they have to get all their talent either through the draft or through trades. There's not a lot of people that's going to make New Orleans a free agent destination. So you got to ask yourself, should the Saints take that chance? They trade back up into the first round, knowing that they have to use a lot of draft capital. And you're just asking yourself, what's next for this team? They did switch head coaches. Now they have Kellen Moore. So the offense is going to be the key focus for this, and they're going to have to kind of build as they go. So I will say this. I think Jackson does give them an upside over Spencer Rattler, over Derek Carr, because Derek Carr does get hurt. Let's face it. If they take him, Jackson's probably going to play at some point in time because Derek Carr, history tells us he gets nicked and misses 2 to 4 games, 2 to 5 games, 2 to 6 games, and they have to rely on a backup. You saw it last year when Spencer Rattler came in. He had a couple of good series, and all of a sudden they just pulled everything from under the mat, and the Saints season was over in 2 games. So I think the Saints have to roll the dice here. They have to do something because their chances of getting a franchise quarterback are slim to none if they don't take chances. And I think that overall, this offense is ready to explode. It's ready to have Alvin Kamara be another focal point, but also give him options where they don't just focus on Alvin Kamara. Give them wide receiver help. Give them help where they can also do damage on the outside. Add a little bit more tight end help. Add a little bit more offensive power on that offensive line where they can be big and nasty and run block. So these are things that the Saints need. I think the defense is going to come into question because, they have a couple of older players on defense. Cameron Jordan is not getting any younger. From the standpoint of everything in the NFC South, all these teams are improving. If you look at the Falcons, their quarterback situation, they've got Michael Penix playing. If you look at Carolina, they're starting to figure it out with Bryce Young. And you look at Tampa, Tampa's kind of going to be the standard for your NFC South. So with them re-signing guys and them getting healthy and having Mike Evans back in the fold and having Chris Godwin back in the fold, they're going to be a 4-run-ball offense with Baker Mayfield. So this is tough, but I think the Saints have to push the envelope. They went 5-12 last year. I think they overachieved last year because the roster was really a bad roster. So there's no more Taysom Hill. There's no more a lot of things there. So I think the time is now. All you Saints fans, chime in. All you NFC South fans, chime in. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus. We'll see you on the very next episode as well.